No, I'm not going to take it in alphabetical order. I'm going to take it according to the way I can see people on my screen. So let's start with Jan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jan from Belgium. You might have heard of me. I'm a level 10 from Belgium. I'm Connect moderator, guiding star, and host of the Let's Guide podcast. Woohoo!
Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. I'm very happy to have you. Devi and I are happy to have you actually because we are the two people hosting the meetup. Anil, you are next.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm really very much privileged to see so many lovely people with so colorful. My heartiest congratulations to each one of you. The red TG, the blue Alpha, the pinky Devi, and the creamy Iwade. Falguni, I can't see you. Just open your cam.
Probably she can't
Our
open at the moment.
represent Goa over here. Thank you very much. Wish you all a rocking.
Oh, beautiful Balguni. We can see you now.
Good.
I'm in
Okay.
Sunday mode today.
Thank you very much. Anil, Martin, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Morten. I live in a city called Copenhagen, which is reflected in my profile name. I'm pretty active on Connect, and I'm also a level 10 guide. So, and I've been sometimes pretty absorbed about the rules, trying to understand, trying to read, and also sometimes trying to communicate about them. But I think there is a huge need for some improvements regarding the rules. So that's why I'm here. Thank you for the initiative.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you know, you joining this meetup today is very coincidental. I am about 1 year plus on Connect, and the only strike I've ever gotten, the warning I've gotten was from looking for Martin's trouble. So I received a mail saying, Ewade, we are going to cut off your neck soon. We are looking for Martin. So really, this is just a pure coincidence and it's providential. Like, I'm very happy to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Falguni, it's your turn. Falguni, are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm here.
Okay, so please, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, this is Falguni from Mumbai, and it's been 1.5 years on Connect. And yes, rules are something that we all should know very well. So I'm here to know, and it's good to see you all after a long time.
Thank you very much. Traveler G, it's your turn.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all. I'm Traveler G from India, a level 10 guide. Yeah, what else? A good friend of you all, and hope our Morton G and Jan G both will help us for some more clarity about our routes, which are usually keep changing, which are anonymous sometimes not even known to Google themselves. You ask a Googler, we three are in the same boat. We have given one question. What is meant by edit? EDIT. What you recommend? No response. I mean, and we don't know when we are going to get some answer. But then at least we can talk something. Hopefully, okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks very much, Ivade, for this initiative, and all others who have joined. Welcome.
And Davy too. We are two hosting. It's Davy and Ewade, not just Ewade.
So yeah. Before I move out, I would request you.
No, you will not move out yet. Wait, TG, you won't move out yet. Wait, you won't move out yet. Wait.
Before I conclude, I wanted to request, our Morton and Jan, that we are starting a small triumph called, Foundation in Photography, in Mobile Photography. a virtual meetup session from next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. So once in 2 weeks or twice in a month, we will be having the session. Me and Jason, we both will be having some sessions to try to give some inputs on the foundations of photography. I am sure Morton like people are there, but on mobile photography as the platform on a larger scale, but keeping the foundational fundamental parameters, shutter, aperture shutter and ISO cannot change. So we will start with that, and we will have an intro session next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have Harti now. Harti, it's your turn to introduce yourself. Harti.
Hi everyone. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. Clearly.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening from here. I'm a local guide level 7 from Hyderabad, India. And it's been more than 6 years for me, or I guess more than 5 years on Connect. That's all from my side. Thank you so much and all the best for your meetup.
Thank you very much. Let's have Alpha. Alpha, my Alpha. Alpha, my Alpha. Alpha, it's your turn to introduce yourself. Alpha, are you there? Oh. Okay. While we're waiting for Alpha, let's have Doc Dels. Doc Dels. We're almost through. Doc Dels. Doc Palmer, are you there? Okay, Alpha, if you're back, you can introduce yourself now. Okay, let's have Saidu Islam. Saidu Islam.
Hi, good evening. I'm speaking.
Hello.
Good to have
Clearly.
all of you. I mean, popular and I mean, good people. It's been a long time. I'm joining a meeting with Iwadi. So
I'm trying to speak.
Sadul Islam. I'm from. Am I audible?
Clearly. Alpha, hold on. Let's say do complete his introduction.
Okay. So I'm from Bangladesh and currently I'm working for a software company here in Malaysia. I'm level 8 local guide. I think I'm a local guide. It's been 4 years, 3 years plus. Maybe last 1 year I'm not much active in Connect, but hope I will get back soon. Thank you for giving opportunity.
Thank you. So we'll take just 2 more introductions and then we'll continue the introduction later. All other people should please try to introduce themselves in the chat box so that we do not take too much of our time. So we are going to take introduction from Alpha and from Jin from Bali. Then every other person, please, I beg you, just introduce yourself in the chat box, please. Alpha, are you there? Oh, your internet again, right? Okay, let's have Jin. Jin? Hello, baby.
Hello, hi everyone. How are you?
Queen of the vacation senders. Hello, darling. Okay, go ahead.
Traveler G.
You could recognize me?
My name is
good.
Jin. Of course, I recognize you. I'm Jin from Bali Local Guys. I'm wearing, I don't know, Bali Local Guys. And I'm level 7. Still level 7. And okay, nice to meet you all.
Thank you very much. And that is where we'll stop introduction for now. I want to welcome everyone to our meetup. So I'll call on my co-host to introduce herself. Then from there we will begin. Davy, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our meetup. Okay, my name is Davy. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I'm level 10 local guides. Oh, welcome. First of all, I am welcome all of you, the best local guides from all around the world. Thank you for coming and happy birthday to you. Okay,
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that brief introduction, Devi. My name is Ewade, and I'm a level 9 local guide from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, you all love me, so you can call me Ewade Love. Yeah. So I am very happy to have you all, and I also say very special thank you to Naresh and TG for helping us to create the link and for taking people into the meeting. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone that has joined so far. And I hope that at the end of this meetup, we'll be able to learn more about the local guides rule and also learn how we can avoid getting kicked out of Connect. Now that Martin and Yan, I think I got this covered. Okay, so we're going to begin with the overview. So I'm going to present my screen. Okay, let me share with you all what we'll be doing today, what I've called our agenda for today. Can you all see my screen? Oh, Rosima, welcome.
Noted,
It's good
noted.
to have you.
Thank you.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yes, we
visible
can
now.
Yes,
see.
I'm very sure you can see my screen now. So this is the agenda for today. Introduction, we have done that. The overview is what I'll give you now. After that, Davy will share. We'll ask questions from Davy. Then we'll share from 2 local guides about what Davy will share. Then after that, I'll share. You ask questions. We'll have a short interlude. And we'll also share on these rules for local guides photo contribution, common reasons for account removal, questions and answer, vote of thanks, and end of meeting. So I hope that we'll be able to conclude this in another 1 hour. So help me God. So I begin with the overview now. Badging and levels. Every local guide is placed into a certain level and awarded badges based on points derived from their contributions to Google Maps. We have levels 1 to 10 and points 0 to 100,000. We already know all of this, right? Can I get a feedback?
Yes.
We already know all of this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, so let me present my screen to make it easy for everyone. Yeah, then from this, the next question, am I eligible to be a local guide? I'm sure that everyone here is 18 years old, has a Google account.
I'm underage.
Alpha, I will give you a knock now. So has a Google account and has signed up to join the program. And that we are not mixing up our work as Street View Trusted Photographer with our local guides membership. I'm going to speak briefly on this number 2 and number 3 because number 1 is pretty clear. For number 2, say for example, I have a business. No, let's not say for example because I actually have a business and I have a Google account for my business. I cannot join Local Guides Connect with my business account. I cannot join Local Guides Connect or contribute to maps with my business name. Say, for example, I do not run a business. I have a brand. Like, say, for example, I am a representative of Nike or a representative of Puma. I cannot join Local Guides Connect with any of those IDs or an organization. I'm sure that is pretty clear. Need a little clarification is this number 3. And I spent a lot of time asking senior level local guides about this question. And the most common answer I got was this. If you are a local guide, say for example, I am a local guide with agnestraaa@gmail.com. I am also a Street View Trusted photographer. I have the option to actually sign up for hire or not to sign up for hire. So if I decide to sign up for hire and say, for example, somebody contracts my services, like, okay, Ewade, I need you to do street view for my company. Whatever job I am going to do for that company, let's say, for example, the name of that company is Alpha Sumari Foods. Okay. If I go to Alpha Sumari Foods and I do street view for Alpha Sumari Foods, I cannot bring in the pictures I have taken for Alpha Sumari Foods and then add it under my account as Agnes Triple A to receive points from local guides, because Alpha Sumari is going to pay me for the street view I have done for his company. So that is what that rule means, that do not bundle the two. When you have been paid for hire and you have done the job and completed it, give it to your client and let it die that way. Don't later upload again to your personal account to receive points from Google. I want to ask from Ian and Martin, am I correct? Ian, are you there? Martin?
Yes, I'm there, and it's complex with Street View, right?
Okay, can you just shed a little light on us, for us on that? On that point, the point number 3.
One of the difficulties, yes, with the Street View, right? So I think part of the difficulty is that there is competition is not the right word, I think, but there's definitely, it's different departments within Google and different teams, and sometimes it's also it's not clear in which way they cooperate or they work against each other. But we have seen that in the last year or so, they have, where in the past there was very much things being together. They are now splitting it up much more and having everything which has to do with Street View in separate in a separate area, so to speak. But for sure, not mixing up the two is the most important thing. Yeah? It's, as with so many things in life, it's the money that matters, right? So everything to do with local guides is, you have to do this as a volunteer. As soon as money comes in, and you're definitely allowed to provide services to other businesses and ask money for that, but that can't be under the guise of local guide. So then you have to specifically say, I'm a marketing agency, I'm a consultant, I'm a street view photographer, and I charge money to businesses, but that has to be completely separate from what you do as local guide. Those cannot be
so
mixed up.
Okay, so as in, what can you advise us? Should people have 2 separate accounts? One to contribute as local guides, and the other to actually contribute as street view photographers?
That makes the splitting up easier, of course. I don't think it's really necessary that you can't do this, as long as you yourself are very clear on what you are doing. So I've also not read that you should do this with separate accounts.
Yeah.
But of course, if you create 2 accounts, it's also much easier for you, because then you have to log out and log in with the other account, and then there's no risk of accidental mix-up, because there's with so many things also on Map and with local guides, there's things that are done wrongly because people have no idea or by accident, and other things are done wrong on purpose. But that's another topic, I think.
Exactly. And I think where the major issue is coming from, and why most people keep using same account, is because there is no forum for street view photographers. The forum for street view photographers is actually on Connect, which belongs to Local Guides too. So anyway, we will talk more about that as the meetup graduates. Martin, do you want to add something? Martin, are you there?
I just want to add that the forum actually moved away from Connect. So they created a new forum, not a forum, but just a support help center where those people who are interested in making the real street view photography, you mean whether a video that turns into the pictures that we can move along on the street view, they want to service them. But those who make just single individual spheres and do tours inside businesses and so on, they are honestly not really well supported right now. And it gives a lot of frustration for some people, and people are kind to help, and they are pushed between the two sites. But yeah. Two accounts, go for that. That's a very good idea.
Thank you, Morten. I was just opening Connect to double check, but indeed there is no forum for Street View on Connect anymore, and it's an
that's great.
It's an external thing, and if you go and look at the recent posts or recent answers from Google moderators about Street View questions, they're not answering any questions. They're just pointing people to this new place where the questions should be directed. So that's why what I meant. It's really being split up now. So as Morten said, it's also split up between somebody as a local guide who likes to post 360 images and so on, and the community or the people who are really a business who charge money for providing this kind of photography. Yeah.
Thank you very much for clearing that up. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So we move to the next slide, which is the end. And I have already shown you the agenda. So that means we will continue from there. Do we have any questions from the overview? No. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Martin and Yan. So it's now time for us to listen to Davy. Davy, my co-host. Davy, it's your turn to present now.
Okay, thank you, Ewade.
Yeah, you're welcome.
First of all, I would like to say disclaimer because I see so many senior local guides in here. So the topics that I presented based on my experience and based on my discussion with a lot of senior local guides, and also you can see and read the complete rules in Local Guides Connect. But in here, I will tell about the review how supposed to review. We're not discussing how to make a good review, but how to avoid your review from kicking up from the Local Guides program. Okay. First of all, the first point I just represent three. Okay, 3 points of the review that you should know. First one is you have to review the local or the place that you have been visit. So that's the main rules. That's the one thing that you should know, that if sometimes we want to review the places that you never visit or you have been visited a long time ago. Oh, that's a good tourist destination that I visit with my parents or with my family 10 years ago. I have been there, but that time, but you cannot review that place in Google Maps right now because it's not because it is not recorded on your mobile phone and your timeline didn't record it, so you cannot review that. If you did that and you just I want to review that places, and you can get kicked out from the program because you cannot prove your timeline by your GPS. Okay, that's the main rules. So you cannot review the places that you never visited in your mobile, even that you strongly have been visited places long time ago. Okay, that's the first point. And then the second point, I think, is everyone is also know that we cannot put any commercial words or brand inside our review. Uh, you know that we are all knows about the rules of local guides, but why we know that sometimes we don't know that who is the Google Maps, who check all the review, because the review checked by the algorithm, by the robot. So that what terms with the commercial, if you use like Ewade said, Puma, or sorry, I said some brand or some places or your company, it will be run out by the algorithm, and they can find out because oh, you sounds like you promote your places or your company or your business through your review. It will be detected automatically. So if you did that in your review, so you can get maybe your trusted score will be will be what will be deducted, like that. Okay, number one, you have to review the places that you visit. Number two, you have to review without commercial what? Commercial words, commercial notes, commercial brands. And then the number three, yeah, okay, number three, I think is, or you already know that we cannot review using harsh words or something like racist words, negative words, like I don't mean that uh, what like good, you know that simple words like good place is not violate the rules. But if you say that, oh, this is it's a suck place, I don't like this, that's violate the rules, because you cannot see your, and you cannot put your hate speech in the review. That's what I think. That's why I experience. Sometimes I met the local guys that make something review that, oh, in Indonesia sometimes we have this sorry we have this some kind of people gather to have bad review or for one place. That's violate the rules, because sometimes they just put one review, or they never been reviewed, but they want to take down the places, they want to make a bad image for that places. So everybody make hate speech in the review. That makes you also kick out from the program because it broke the rules. So I think that's the 3 points of the review that you should know, that in my point of view. But if you have anything to add, Morten, what do you think? You always, you always.
I think a very good advice is always to prove that you have been there. So when you write your text, describe some details that you couldn't find online, something that proves you have been there. And I think another thing would be always make sure to give some positive comments, some constructive criticism to the owners, so they don't react badly or something, that you give them the praise that are legitimate and that they really earn, say some good things, and then maybe in the end you can phrase your criticism, and the more polite you make it, the more likely it is not to be removed. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's a nice adding. How about TG sir? Do you want to add something to this point of your review? Is there anything experience about kick out your friends that review bad review making kick out from the programs? TG sir, do you have main maybe some
Uh,
stories?
no. I mean,
No, or
the
maybe
contributions
some
of our
thoughts?
team. Hello, can you
Yeah.
hear me? Can
Yes,
you
I.
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I expressed my stand, but then nothing to add upon more than that. But what Morton told is very correct. If you can correct people through positive approaches, so that we add something by which they can be inspired to correct themselves. Is the only way I have found in our community. Thanks a lot. That's a good idea. I am sure. Yeah. Inda, good evening and welcome.
Okay, thank you, TG sir. Thank you, Morten. Okay, now we move to the other
Can I?
topic.
Sorry. Do
Yeah.
you mind if I add something quick? I did notice quite a few of my friends
Alpha,
got.
wait, Alpha, wait, Alpha, wait. There will be time for that. There will be time
Sure.
for that. Let her complete the presentation.
Sure.
Don't bring your Cyprus behavior here. Oh, oh yeah, baby, continue.
Okay. Okay. Just after the review, so you know that the rules of Kagas also at the first the contribution page on the Google Maps, and then the other one the rules on the local guys connect. So after the topic the review that I discussed, we move to the how to write a post and how to you will have to notice these points like the review I presented three only. Okay, so you can easily remember. Okay, now the first one, what is it? Wait, the first one, you have to write the post on the connect originally by you. Like you cannot copy paste or from other place and then write it on connect. Sometimes I found my friends they are blogger, they write the article outside the connect and then they post it their own article, their own post they are writing on the connect, and then they have what some kind of block from the Google the system, right? Because the system is detecting automatically if you copy paste from others. So you must write the post originally by you and never post it anywhere, and then also the photo must be originally by you. About the photo I experienced myself because I don't copy the photo from anywhere. I have the photo in myself, my photo. Wait, my cat. I have the photo taken by myself, but I post it in anywhere else, and then I post it in Connect, and then they gave me a warning for that, or they don't publish my writing. And I wonder why is that? And then, oh, you don't have original image, huh? That's my photo. Oh, I have been posted anywhere else. So the machine detected automatically detected the image, so you cannot post it in Connect. That's the number one point. So if you violate uh, that point, so the machine or the algorithm will automatically detect it. So you must be aware about that rules. But I don't know if we violate once and two and three will be quicker. I don't know. But my experience like that, my post cannot publish because I don't have original image. And then the second point, you must use like others. You don't write like what political statement, or you don't write like something like racism, or you don't write hate speech on Connect. You just be kind to others. I think that there is the rule that all local guys in here already know, because if we I don't know, if we attack some person or attack some post because we don't like him, it you can see it in Connect. So the Google moderator automatically can know that, oh, this person is writing something bad about other posts like that. So you cannot do that because we all are friends. Am I correct or am I wrong? Jan, do you ever have experience in this point?
Well, I have experience with then having to fish out spammed or incorrectly marked as spam posts from the spam quarantine as moderator. But I wanted to reply to something you said about original content. Because the example you gave with the blogger, because this is also happening with reviews on maps. You have people who write professional reviews for their own blog, or they publish it also on other platforms. And I've seen instances where those reviews on maps were removed from because it was not original content. So there's automatic stuff going on in the background where they check if that exact same text has been published somewhere else, either on Yelp or whatever, another platform, or on your personal blog, whatever. That can be a reason why also reviews are being removed. So original content is really, really important in the total context of Google Maps and local guides.
Yeah. So the last, thank you, Jan. So that's also it is connected between the review and the right posting in the local guys connect, right? It is the same. Oh, so the review also you cannot duplicate it from somewhere else. You have to write it originally by you. Even it's just good, good place. I love it. Yummy, yummy food. It's more original than you copy paste all the text and then put it in your review or in your post. And then the last thing is also the same.
Devi, just one more thing. If you publish not original content on Connect, then within 5 minutes, Hermes will pick it up and mark it as spam. Hermes, the Connect moderator. He really has a nose for this. He's picking up any kind of plagiarism within minutes. So I think he has some special techniques for that.
How?
Sure, he has. And can I just add one more point, Devi, and then with the permission from others? Yeah, I have been noticing that, for example, I have been writing a big series on Mahabalipuram. So when I see something there which is wrong, and even if I mark, maybe out of 100, 99%, it goes, they allow it, publish it. But some places, they post it, okay, say that they review that post. By moderators, it is impossible, because when I stand at the site, then only I can understand that the locations are wrong. And the pointer is at one place and I'm standing at another place. If I come home, then I cannot make it out. So I've tried such algorithm problems are still remaining, which I think you people have to raise the voice, because we have nothing. We are nobody. When you people can talk something, I think there will be some effect on this particular point. Thank you. Over.
Okay. Davy, please. I want you to complete your presentation now.
Oh,
Rosima,
okay.
don't worry. There'll be
Yeah,
time to ask questions. Yeah, so
okay. I think
let it
I
be
already
conducive.
said 2 points about the writing in post in Connect, Local Guys Connect. And then the last thing, same as the review, you cannot put any commercial brand in your post, and also in signature in anywhere in your post. I think that everyone already knows. So thank you, Jan, for adding the points and make it clear about the review that cannot be copied or copy paste from other places. And thank you, TG sir, for stating that too. Okay, Ewade, back to you.
Thank you very much. Can we all unmute and appreciate Devi? Can we have a round of applause?
Wow.
No, Ewade style. Ewade style round of applause. Have you all forgotten? So. Yeah, great. Thank you very much, Davy. Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for your cooperation so far. I really appreciate it. So we're going to take questions from the local guides that have questions from what Davy, Jan, Martin, CG have said. The first person that I'll be allowing to ask question is Rosima, because she has been raising her hand since. After which, we're going to choose just 2 people. Alpha, you are number 1 to share concerning what Davy just shared. If you have something to add, please, you can just signify, and your Alpha will share. Then any other person that wants to share something. I really wonder how your internet wasn't working when it was time to introduce yourself, but now you want to contribute, Abby. Okay, don't worry. Rosima, ask your question, please.
No, I don't have a question. I would like to add one thing. Recently, I saw when I put reviews, I just go through and see the reviews. Sometimes I find there's no review of local guide, but as I post, after 2-3 days, I see local guide writing review, good place. After seeing our review, I don't know how they come to know we have posted review, and then they start writing good place. We get this, we get that, copying our points only. So this should not be there unless, as Devi and Jane said, if you have not visited the place, don't put such review. They copy our reviews and write few 1 or 2 lines, sometimes only 1 line, 3-4 words. In that they write the reviews. So that is copying, I say. Because
Thank you
recently
very
for
much.
a
The next time,
Ayurvedic shop I had posted and saw there were no reviews for that shop, and I got medicines Ayurvedic, and after few days I saw some people posting review of for that shop. So thank you so much for giving me a chance.
the next time you see that, if you're checking on your phone, you can just leave the thumbs down. And also, if you find out that this particular person is always doing that, always copying people's review, then you can report the accounts. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Guruma, you're raising your hand.
Yes. See, like we are writing a review in Google Maps. Okay. The same can it be written in our post also? It's our own, my own. Because, can you hear me?
Clearly, ma. Clearly.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. See, my post, my own review in maths. The same can it be used in my Connect post? Because till now I'm just thinking of different versions of my own. Okay, and posting in maths and posting in Connect. Yes.
I have a comment. when you post something in Connect, we are maybe 1 million people, and out of those 1 million people, only a few are very active, and only a few are so close to you that it makes sense to read your review on Connect. So if you want to tell your opinion on a place, the best place is definitely on Google Maps, because then it's served to all the people who look for that place and live nearby.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Said probably
Thank you very much. Questions we'll have. Alpha, you can now contribute what you wanted to contribute. Alpha, go ahead.
Hi everyone, new and old faces. Good to see all of you and good to catch up with some of you. Just few things that I would like to add related to contribution and particularly reviews and photos. What I've noticed from some people that I know, and eventually I had to coach them around it, it's some of them, they were actually copying Wikipedia articles related to place and pasting it, which is a complete disaster. Okay, it's completely wrong. But then I happened to ask these people to send me their profile so I could check, and I had to tell them, you cannot do this. This is wrong. You have to go delete all this, write a real experience. Other than that, another reason that you would likely get kicked out is if you keep...
Alpha, we are not yet talking about the reasons for getting kicked out. Go and check your agenda. We are not checking that now. We are talking about reviews for now.
Well, I'm talking about it related to reviews.
We don't want to talk about removal yet. Don't allow us start here.
Okay. Hey,
talk about what we have just finished talking about.
Can you stop picking on me? I know you missed me so much. And
I will pick on you. I will pick on you till tomorrow morning.
This is your meetup. I'm ready for fight. Okay, so yes, that's the one reason. Also, when it comes to reporting, please, if you see somebody is doing something, you have a way to reach out to them. Kindly do. Related to review, it's much better than immediately reporting. Try to reach out to them and educate them. That's what I would recommend.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Is there any other person that wants to share concerning what JV just finished speaking about concerning reviews? Oh, nobody. Thank you very much. So, JV, thank you.
Actually, I raised my hand.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead, ma.
Okay, it's Inda anyway. Thank you so much, guys. And I know I'm coming late, but I picked up most of the presentations. Just a quick question anyway. For, of course, Jan and Morten, who have been around for a long time, because it happened to me before about the photos that being marked as not original photos by me, although it is actually coming from my phone when I post it. At that time, I remember I was finding it hard to not complain, but trying to ask to whoever it is regarding that particular status, because, you know, like we might have an appeal board or a complaint lodging regarding that. So probably that you can take that for an appeal. I couldn't recall whether I actually managed to appeal for that, but it happened like for some of the photos that I took in New York City, which are quite famous. Probably people are taking photos from the exact same spot, so the photos looks exactly the same, although probably they are not. Well, in my case, I'm using my own. So I know that I just joined the board as well, so probably I should look for the answers myself, but well, I have you guys here. I think it would be great to ask about that as well. Thank you so much, Ewadi, for the opportunity, and thanks, Jan, Morten, and others.
Thank you very much for your contribution. So now we'll be going to the next thing on the agenda, which is Ewade's presentation. So you are free to hold your cross. Be ready to crucify me, because yes, we want to talk real business now, just like we have been doing since morning. So it's now time for what I want to share with us. And probably later, I will share with us my motivation for this meetup. So thank you for your patience thus far. I really appreciate. So now, what I'll be sharing about, I have titled it The Local Guides Documents. the local guides documents. Before I begin sharing, I want to tell you all, when I first joined Connect, I don't know, probably because some people just love to pick on other people, you know, and they decided that the person they have to pick on has to be Ewade, a Nigerian Lagos girl. It can't work. So, you know, I had to think of it like, what do I do? If this place was outside, probably on social media or in any other place, you know, I will know the kind of reply to give to this person. But this is a heavily regulated environment. How do I reply to these people? And that was what took my interest to the local guides documents. So every time someone has done something to me and I want to reply, and I know that I don't want to leave this community because I really love the people here. Like, I know at least one person in almost every continent of the world apart from Antarctica, you know? So, like, I don't want to leave this community. So, you know, it took me to the local guides documents. And in fact, I think I have read about 98% of all the documents. And I'm constantly asking questions. And I'm grateful to all the people that always answer me. So let's get into this. The first one is the community policy. All of these documents are very, very long. So I am not going to open any of them during this meetup. I will just scroll through them. Then I would scroll to my presentation. So the community policy, you have this one. So why was I removed from the local guides program? Local guides terms and conditions. This one, if you want to stay long in this program, take your time. If you have to read one sentence every day, take your time to go through this. Very, very important. Then this Google Terms of Service, I will not deceive you. I have never read this thing. It is very, very long. So from all of these 4 documents I have just shared with us, I derived 5 rules. I made the rules just 5 because this is year 5 of Connect. We are celebrating our 5th anniversary, and because almost every human being I know has 4 fingers and a thumb on each hand. So as in, I want it to be something you can stick in your pocket. So let each of the rule be on each of these 5 on your hand. The first one, keep in mind your eligibility status, always. After confirming that you are eligible to be a local guide, you know, by valid email, use email that has @gmail.com, and if possible, that has nothing to do with a brand or a business name. If you are STVP, that's Street View Trusted Photographer, when you offer services and get paid for it, do not leave the photos or maps for points or leave the reviews for points. Hand over the job to the business from your camera and don't upload them to maps for points. Do not bundle your work as a local guide that is unpaid with your street view photographer that is paid if you are taking money. That's the first rule. The second rule, we'll go to the discussion first before we go to the second rule and how I derived it. Google tells us that perks and early access to features are offered at the discretion of Google and its affiliates or partners. Individuals who do not meet any eligibility requirements specified by Google or its partners, for example, age requirements, will not have access to or be given or take any perk. Keyword is discretion. What does this one mean? Discretion in this sense means the freedom to decide what should be done in a particular situation. Then under the specs again, we have limited or no perks. And concerning this particular point, you can see that I made a screenshot and then highlighted that on the page. I had to ask someone. I said, please, do you know the meaning of this? And the reply the person gave me is a senior local guide and a Connect moderator too. That because Google is a US-owned company, it has to adhere to all the rules provided in the United States. Hence, this clause. So owing to this, instead of you complaining or asking people or gossiping, why am I not receiving perks? Why am I not receiving perks? You should actually check all of this. Am I any of this? Could my reason for not getting any perks be any of this? I'm not going to read through it. I believe that in the recap post, I'll leave a screenshot so we can go through it. And the rule I derived from that is this. Don't be a woodpecker seeking perk. It's very funny, right? Yeah. A woodpecker, that bird that keeps pecking at the wood for whatever reason. Some people say it is for the brain function or for whatever. And that takes people constantly haggling about or complaining about not receiving perks can make your action synonymous to what a woodpecker does and put you in the bad book of the Google team. While this may not lead to removal from the program, I urge us all, please do not be a nuisance. It is at the sole discretion of Google to award perks or give invites to special events. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the local guides brand. We already know the rule. Do not use the local guides logo. Do not name your product, domain name, website, company, whatever, Google, or anything similar that may make your product appear to be an official Google product. And this includes imagery. I remember when I wanted to design a t-shirt for the Lagos local guides for my first physical meetup last year. I had to ask from the senior level local guides in Nigeria that please can I get a design? And I remember one of the things they told me is do not write anything like Google on your t-shirt. You can write local guide and then put the star or whatever else you want to do, but Google must not appear anywhere. And the last one that I did not know until I began preparing for this meetup is do not use Google in your social media account name or handle. If you use local guides in your social media account name or handle, clearly state in your bio or description that you are not an official channel or affiliated with Google. Do not use the local guides logo or other Google logos as your profile image. I never knew that this stretched to social media, but I just found out today. So in case there are some of us that have been doing this, please go to your Facebook, your Twitter, your hey, which other one? Oh, I'm very old school, so I know just three. And Instagram. Please, yeah, thank you very much. Please go there and check for this rule number 3, so that you won't just be wondering one day like, why did I get removed? I didn't do anything. You won't know that they have come to check your Instagram page. And from this, I derived my rule number 3. Stay awake, oh sleeper. I have named rule number 3 thus to ensure that we local guides are always aware that despite the rights and privileges and the authority we have to effect these changes on Google Maps and help people find places worth going and things worth doing, we are only but guides. We are not employees of Google. While you may goof about it, Google does not want to hear of it or see it written anywhere. Please check your local guides accounts and everywhere and see that you are awake. The next one, meetup sponsorship. Local guides can partner with businesses to make their meetups more fun and less expensive for attendees. Local guides should not accept sponsorship in exchange for contributions on Google Maps. Local guides should not accept any form of payment in exchange for hosting a meetup in partnership with a business. If a meetup is sponsored, the host should mention that fact in their meetup description. I never knew that this had to happen, that we had to mention. I remember for my first ever meetup, my first ever physical meetup in October of last year, I actually hosted it in a hotel. As in, I wanted my local guides to feel comfortable, to be satisfied, and all of that. And of course, they treated us very well. But as we were there sitting down, of course, we paid for the meal and we're eating the food. We still made them know that you are still going to get whatever review is due you. We're not going to influence. We're going to tell them that you don't have any accessibility features here. We're going to tell them about the way your staircase is, everything. And they're like, no, don't do that. We're like, no, that is what we are going to do for you. So please keep that in mind. And from that, I derive the next rule. Rule 4, do not be greedy. While you are free to accept sponsorship, make it known and open to your host or sponsor that he or she has done that at his sole discretion. His sponsorship does not influence your map's contribution. Also remember to make it known to Google and to the attendees that you have been sponsored. The next one, local guides content policy. There are many of them. No illegal activities, no spamming, no child molestation, no account hijacking, no impersonation, no seeking of confidential information or leaking of confidential information. This is where the NDA stands for non-disclosure agreement. I have heard from Connect Live attendees that whenever they attend Connect Live, that they are meant to sign an agreement that whatever it is they have discussed there, they are not going to share it with anyone or anywhere until it is time for Google to make that known to the general public. So if you are invited to an event and you sign any of this, you should know that you cannot leak such information. No violence, no distribution of regulated goods and services. For example, there are some countries or places that alcohol is not accepted. You will not say that you are having you will not say that you will now share about alcohol and then expect Google to get into trouble because of you. No spam, no sexually explicit content, no hate speech, no malicious activities. There are so many of them. So the rule 5 is, to me, be patriotic. When thinking about this content policy, just think about what you as a patriotic citizen should or would do. Think about what you would do that will make people say, wow, excellent behavior. Think about what you would do that can make you get a honorary award in your country. This is what the rule is saying you should do. Thank you very much for joining us, Martin. Thank you so much. Bye. And anything that contravenes this is what could get a local guide removed or warned. Then the final one, disclaimer of warranties. That one is very, very long. Disclaimer of warranties, photographic, audio, and video release. Conclusion, waiver of rights as specified. If ever you get invited to a local guides event or local guides event by Google, or you host a meetup, keep in mind that if you are permitted to bring a guest, you are solely responsible for your guest behavior or misbehavior. So as in, a local guide could get removed just because of what their guest has done. Also know that you are solely responsible for yourself, accident, losses, and all. Google will not bear any medical bills on your behalf. So say, for example, you are invited to Connect Live. It's better you get your insurance or whatever you want to get ready, because Google will not be responsible for any of that. The third one, if Google takes your video or photograph at any event they have organized, they are permitted to use it across all their platforms as they please without giving you a compensation for it. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. So do you have any questions? Let's go. Any questions?
I can say something about perks.
Okay.
Because there's, well, on social media, on Connect, everywhere, that's one of the most frequent topics. I never received any perks, although I'm this or that or whatever. Well, it depends on how you define perks. If you dig into the documentation by Google, one of the things they define as a perk is badges. If you reach level 4, you get a badge, and this badge is a perk. So every local guide has received perks. Of course, usually people think of perks as socks, an invitation to connect, stuff like this. But the badges, that's also already perks from Google's perspective. So, well, something to keep in mind.
Thank you very much for that contribution. Is there anyone who has a question? Okay, thank you very much for not having any question. I'm really grateful. I mean, it's going to make us.
I want to
Oh,
tell
okay.
something. No, I don't
Okay,
have
go ahead.
actually. This is with regarding to perk. Being a recognized local guide itself is a big perk, isn't it? We like actually we are proud to tell that we are local guides.
Yes,
that's true. That's true.
Thank you very much.
Actually, having Google Maps as a free tool with so much great information is also something you could see as a perk for everyone, not only for local guides, but for all users of any device.
Thank you very much, everyone, for sharing and for actually understanding everything that we have shared so far, because it is one thing to share, it is another thing for you to actually understand. So I'm very grateful. And that brings us to number 8. We want to have something that will just make us relax a little before we go to the next on the agenda. So the next thing says, we want a short interlude. One local guide should please share with us one embarrassing yet fun moment that they have had as a local guide. Is there someone that wants to take that risk to share with us? Are we?
Yes.
Rama, Olufisayo, Alpha, Dogdels, Falguni,
I'll do food
Inda,
experience.
Sophie, Jen, Yulia, Zura. Are we saying that none of us has ever had an embarrassing moment as a local guide?
Alpha.
Okay, share.
Okay, it's food related, so please don't blame me.
I'm going to pick on you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so there was this restaurant I saw it. It's one of the most viewed restaurants around, and everything was just fantastic. So I went there. It was a typical Turkish restaurant, and I was so eager to eat and then share my experience. When I ordered I asked them to give me a recommendation. So they gave me something. I waited for like 15, 20 minutes. Nothing came. And then I saw the rest just coming and ordering food, and everything was coming. I was like, what is going on in this place? So then they brought Stara a complimentary meal. I thought like, okay, it was just some salad and some other thing. I ate it and I was like, this is all that they gave me for the amount that they charged me for the meal. And I almost lost it. Then when I was done eating that, I packed my bag and I was about to leave. And I saw the lady bringing a giant plate of food. And when she was like, where are you going? I said, I'm going. I think this restaurant did not suit me very well. I didn't get the food that I was hoping for. She said, this is your food. And everybody at the restaurant just laughed. It was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing because
honestly,
I just had to tell people I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think I'll share with us one. You know, there's sometimes you're just going out as a local guide, and they're like, okay, you should take pictures of places. You should add to maps. So one Sunday I was very free. So as in, I decided to take pictures and actually update places in my environment. And so as in the next Saturday, I was at my group's rehearsal in church, and there was one of the young girls asking me like, Sister Agnes, what happened? We saw you on Saturday. You were just walking about like a mad person. You will look up, you stand, you snap. You look up, you stand, you snap. Like, I was so embarrassed, like, God. So there must have been many people also passing, thinking, what is wrong with this person? Like, is this person mentally okay? Like, it was very embarrassing, but I would not have it any other way, because as in when I see places I actually added to maps, and I see how much those places have helped other people, as in it actually gives me a kind of satisfaction I can't even begin to explain. So thank you very much for sharing with us, Alpha. So we'll try to run through what's next. Is there any other person that wants to say something? Awi, do you want to say something?
Yes, I want to share an
Yeah, go
embarrassing
ahead.
moment. I think this have happened to some of you at least. So there is this place. It's a little children's park near my place, and it's in a village. So I went there and I was taking photos, and I was actually there has been some changes in the opening and closing time due to general quarantine timings. So I was giving the new photos in that update option in Google Maps, and I was updating the photos. And I asked the guard there for the new opening and closing time, and they are not opening on Sundays now. So I kept all these details in the update section, and then there was this family, and they were listening to me, and they started to ask me about the place and all this surrounding places, and I explained to them, and at last they began to take out some cash and started to pay me, and I was like, what are you guys doing? They thought I'm a guide. They didn't actually understand what is Google local guide. They thought I'm a guide there, and I had to take 10 minutes, and I had to explain to them what I was doing. I'm not doing this for money or anything, and it was
Oh,
really embarrassing for me.
oh my God, they actually thought you were a tour guide and not a local guide.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Thank you very much for that.
Good day.
So,
Good day.
sir,
Good day.
yes, sir.
Yeah, 1 second, and I have a quick story for you. It happened in East Ham in England. Okay, the family went inside, so got introduced. The owner came. He was a Malayali. So we had chat, and then we spoke for some time, and they started serving whatever we asked, and then they gave some compliments also. And at the end, when we asked for the bill, they told, no, bill, why? We are from Kerala, and why should we? Also, that was such an embarrassing situation for me and our family that we never thought that, such a situation, such an occasion, just imagine. And of course, I am going to write it in local guides. Recently, I saw it in that family photo. So, and I will ask Isha to show that photo to the owner, because it happened around 5 years back. Over. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the next on our agenda is this: rules for local guides photo contribution. Even though I actually prepared something, I would like TG to just summarize for us. What type of photos do you think we should share on Maps and on Connect? Over to you.
Yeah. In general, my policy and Google's policy are almost the same, though we may differ in some places. That is, let's share something which is useful for the visitor who is going to visit next time, and also equally for the owner of the restaurant, for example, who can guide us with more data, good photos, as well as small clips of videos where they prepare the food, their recipe, etc. So my request is, yes, I might have, with around 50,000 plus photos, I might have had some repeated photos by angle of shot, similar shots by angle. Otherwise, don't repeat shots. And the most important is posting the same photo in one side to the other, which Morton and Jan has already mentioned about. So there are other lists. If I open, we will definitely do it in another session because we are running out of time. So thanks a lot for the opportunity. Back to you. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. You are muted. You are muted. You are muted.
Sophie, are you there? Sophie Menuse. Sophie? Sophie, are you there? Thank you very much. Please share with us some few tips on how you think we should share pictures on map, photos on maps.
She's a beautiful photographer.
Well,
Sophie, we are listening. Yeah, photos on maps.
So once again, thank you for this time. There are so many, expert photographers here, so I don't think I'm the right person.
Hey, madam, I called your name, so answer. Experienced photographer.
Yeah, so
answer, Sophie.
As of me, I'm just an amateur one, but still, when I take pictures, like I will take few pictures and try to select the best one, like with the proper angle, and especially posting in the Google Map, I try to make more informative. Example, like suppose if I go to the restaurant, the exact venue and the signboard, and also some of the menu. This is what we like to see these days before we go to the restaurant. And so some of the places, if they don't have a proper information like the phone number on the map, then I try to also capture the board with the phone number. Yeah, so these are some of the things. And then other thing is I will ask the owner if it's okay for me to take the picture of the inside, indoor of whatever he or she is having inside the shop. Then after they allow me, then I take the pictures, and post in the Google Maps as much as informative as it can be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sophie. And as we can see that while the two people were sharing, I already ran through my presentation. So as in, I would not have to start talking about that again. So is there something that has not been covered in the presentation, that has not been covered by TJ or Sophie, that you think you want to add concerning photo contributions on map, rules for photo contributions on map? If you have something to say, please kindly unmute and share with us. Wow, we have covered everything. Okay, go ahead, Alpha.
I would just recommend, if before you take photos, if you're in a place, please do check. So if you're taking photos, at least let your photos be unique. If you see somebody is taking a lot of entrance photos, you necessarily don't need to duplicate the same photo, and just try to make sure yours is a little bit unique than the most popular ones that are uploaded. And don't upload the same photo over the same place over and over. It makes it very redundant just for the points.
Yeah, and make sure to check for accessibility. I sometimes see places where there are 50 pictures of the main entrance and 0 of the parking space for accessibility. So that's always a good point to look into and add useful pictures.
Thank you very much, everyone. So that basically sums up the rules for photo contributions on map. Yeah.
Can I add? You missed another point of photo rules.
Contribution, yeah.
Sometimes we also meet a lot of selfie. You cannot put selfie.
Yeah.
Because they think that Google Maps is social media.
So please, no selfies on map. As in, I can see that all the people here are actually mature local guys, so we should know that.
No selfie. Ooh. You put it on the Google Map.
Thank you.
I have a doubt regarding.
Okay, you want to say something?
it said that we don't upload photos of other people considering their privacy. But when we are uploading videos, it's not possible to remove the places of people from the long video. So, yeah, and I would like to hear from you on this matter.
Yes, in videos, of course, it's much harder because you can't start editing out or blurring out faces. What you can do with photos. Yeah, you could ask people if they mind, if they're really recognizable in the video, or while shooting the video, you can make sure that if there are in it, that they're not in a very prominent or recognizable way in it. But yeah, that's definitely a good point to take into account.
And also, one of the things I noticed while preparing for the meetup is that Google was a little bit specific. They said, for example, in hospitals, and I will add in hotels. Because say, for example, you're doing a video, you don't even know if the person that is with that man or that woman is their original spouse. When I first joined Google Local Guides, I heard that issue of blurring wasn't a big deal until one day somebody was checking something on Street View and saw the picture of a man and a woman at a park. The man zoomed in. No, was it the man or the woman now? I can't even remember. On zooming in, the person realized that that was their partner in a very bad position with another person, and that led to their divorce. It may be a cock and bull story, you know, as it may be completely false, but that was why I had led to be blurring out faces and blah 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 blah, to actually prevent all those type of issues and people reporting pictures and all that. But if it's a video, I think you should just mind the environment you are, or you ask people if they want to be in the video. Thank you.
Yeah, and it all depends on circumstances. If you want to post pictures for a business, for example, and this is a hairdresser, so it's impossible for if you want to show the products, that is the haircut from one of the customers. So how can you take a picture of that without showing the person, because the person is the product in that case. So of course this is allowed to do it like this if you have the consent of this person to publish that picture on a public website, of course.
Yeah. What I actually see happening these days in such circumstances is that they have the client use something to cover their face this way, and then they can do the video of the air. That's what I have seen happen these days. So thank you very much. And that takes us to the next thing. One of the reasons that I'm sure that many people actually came here. What are the common reasons for account removal? Yeah, that's what we want to talk about now. And please, all your questions, just direct them to Yan. Thank you. Because I will just share what I know. Common reasons for account removal and what to do. So we go. This is very broad, so let me just share with you. Common reasons for account removal include participating on local guides as a business, behaving inappropriately on Connect, posting duplicate reviews or photos, contributing offensive content or spam, adding or taking, oh, sorry, I meant to present this. Yeah, adding fake locations, changing correct business names, adding unnecessary keywords. I think I would just talk on the second one. You know, some people just feel like, well, as in they have to completely be themselves. Ordinarily, outside Connect, when somebody says keep quiet, they would tell the person 20 things, and then they want to bring such stuffed up attitude into Connect. it's not going to work, because that attitude or that behavior directly contravenes the rules that says no harassment or bullying. I remember there was somebody on Connect that was bullying me, picking on me, insulting me for a very long time. And because, I just happen to be this very loving person. When you do something to me, I will give an excuse for you, until the person brought in the issue of my skin color and my hair. And I'm sure the person was removed from Connect, I think just 1 week after that. So while anyone is busy misbehaving, if people decide to actually report such misbehaviors, they will be noting it. And one of the things I actually discovered while preparing for this meetup is that there was a clause. It says that if, oh no, I don't want to quote wrongly, but as in, I'll just tell you what I interpreted that rule to mean. That if you are a prominent member, like you are somebody that contributes well on Map, on Connect or something, Google may try their best to actually inform you or tell you what you are doing wrong or what you're doing wrongly. So as in, what I would say is, apart from you trying to keep the 5 rules that I shared before, try your best to connect with other people. If you are not known on Connect, even as of what I learned today from one of the Connect moderators, he told me that it is not always the Google team that removes people, that at times it is the artificial intelligence that just kicks you off, which is why there is a process for you to actually appeal your removal, which we are going to talk about next. If you think you have been wrongfully removed from local guides after reading the policies above and your account has been removed for more than 10 days, fill out the appeal form. And there is a clause on that. It says, if your account has been removed, do not create another account to post on Connect. Creating alternate accounts is against our program rules and may result in yet another removal. And I know that the question I asked after reading this portion was, how do you even know that you have been removed on Connect? I'm not going to share that with us. I'll just tell us, because we are all experienced local guides here. If you have another Gmail account that is different from your official local guides account, try to view your Maps profile on that other Gmail account. You won't see anything like local guides level. You won't see any badge. That is the way your local guides account will look if you get suspended or your account gets removed. So if you think this has happened to somebody you know, you can talk to them and tell them to appeal. So at this point, we'll take questions, and Yan will be the one that will actually answer all our questions, not me. Thank you very much. So this is the end of the presentation for reasons for Raja. Thanks so much for coming. Like, we have just about 10 minutes to conclude. This is like the second to the last thing we have to do. So please, thanks for coming. Okay, so do we have questions concerning this account removal and all of that? Hello?
Hello.
Can you all hear me? Yeah, thank you very much. If you have a question concerning account removal, please ask.
Yeah, I have a question. So, I think the steps to account removal, what is the best approach? I think we should contact the person itself, right? Giving the remind him or her rather than directly remove the account, right? What do you think, John? If we see something like that.
You mean if you see somebody who is breaking the rules?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you can reach out to them.
Reach out,
but
right?
yes, but of course, if you clearly see it's on purpose and they have other intentions than just being a local guide, you can. There's also on Connect the possibility to report a local guide. You can just, or even from within the app, you can report a local guide if what they are doing is clearly bad intention. I have reported quite a few local guides already. It's
okay.
not always going to lead to this local guide being removed the day after, or not even weeks or months, because if you submit something using the app, it lands on a long list, and because that's often when Google employees have to look into each of these entries, and it can take a lot of time before they reach your entry. So I think the fastest way, the best way would be to report it on Connect, because then the Connect, not the Connect moderators, we can't do anything like this, but the Google moderators can step in, and they can directly get in touch with another Google team that can look into it much quicker. So typically I'd say posting it on Connect will have a higher chance of getting a result quicker.
Yeah, correct. And I think sometimes what I saw, the person who doing the review, sometimes it's not even a local guide. So this is difficult, right? They don't know. So they just posting like, selfies, something like that as well. So it's difficult.
Yes. Especially in case of the selfies.
Yeah.
Usually it's in most of the cases, I think it's not intentional. People just it's also because Maps is pushing you. Hey, here you have a picture. Don't you want to upload it to this place where you were at that time? So then people say, yeah, why not? And they start uploading.
Yeah.
And then you have people that seem to think, okay, now I've uploaded one picture here, but I took 20 more pictures that day. Why don't I upload them too? And then you see the entire company at the dinner and the first dish, and then the main dish and dessert and drinks, and you have the entire evening on Maps for that person.
Unintentionally.
That's in a lot of cases unintentionally. Yeah.
Correct.
Rosima, you want to say something?
If I may comment on that.
No,
okay.
As you said of selfie, last time, long back, I had heard Jane's one of the meetup, we should not post selfie. But nowadays, when we took our vaccines, we were told to promote vaccine. More and more people joined. So that time I posted my selfie first time on the Google map, so that people more and more see that we are taking vaccine. And that's why. So is it right or wrong if we have posted?
No, as we mentioned also before, it often depends on the circumstances. So now with vaccination being so crucial for world health in general, Google is incentivizing people to add locations where you can get vaccinated, and then indeed to try and convince other people that they should also get vaccinated. This is, in my view, one of the places where it's okay to upload one selfie, just, hey, here's me being vaccinated with the sticker on your arm or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. We'll take a next question from Zura. Zura, sorry, please, if you want to say something, kindly press that raise hand button to make it easy for me, please. Zura, go ahead.
Thank you. I just read the message there because I'm in a noisy place. I can't talk for long. I posted a message there. Can you see it?
Please kindly help me read Zura's message.
Yeah, sure. So Zura is basically asking, can, in any case, someone who is a Connect moderator or someone above level 8 be removed, or someone active on Connect get kicked out? Yeah, well, I leave it to Jan to answer that. I think it depends on policies. Yeah. It's because of someone's title, but more like the adherence to the rules and regulations and the policies that we have had and we have agreed upon. I mean, Jan knows that better, of course.
Absolutely. If I would start posting massive selfies or just 200 character reviews just to get a badge or whatever, I can get kicked out. That's levels, titles. That does not mean that you can't get, or that you shouldn't stick to the rules anymore.
Irrelevant. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you very much.
Good
Linda,
question.
you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just
Linda,
wanted to
go
comment
ahead.
about that selfie things, the selfie photos, family photos, and the photos which are not allowed or not really welcome in Google Maps. But I think we have a lot of discussion about this before in previous meetups. I mean, I personally think, again, as Jan mentioned before, depending on the context of the review, depending on the circumstances of the places or events or particular areas that you would like to review, I think some 1, 2, or 3 photos showing you or yourself with particular position will not be harmful. But if it is a spam, like Jan said, the whole night, your pictures, selfies, then that will be a spam, and that will not be helpful to the communities. But I personally, when I try to find a review, let's say a very famous tourist spot, I will look for some photos where they can show the best angle. And the best angle sometimes needs someone to be in there. Not only, oh, it's a beautiful valley, but when you take pictures, it's nothing but your face, for example. Also, that's not the best angle. It's the best angle for you to see the view, but not the best angle to take pictures of yourself, for example. So, I mean, I personally look for some photos with person on it just to see, oh, okay, this particular spot will be best if you bring your family and take pictures together there. But of course, I cannot appreciate the whole face of someone in every spot of review that they make. So again, it depends on the circumstances and within the limit, within the appropriate or acceptable limit or measures that we can take. Just some addition on that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having a person in the picture can also be useful to illustrate size. So next to a building, if you put a person, if there's a person next to it, you get a better impression. How big is that building or the valley or the tree or whatever you want to showcase?
I was about saying the exact thing Ian just said. You know, sometimes you just want that human element, but you completely spamming with your selfies and all is when it becomes too much. Is there any other person raising hand? No, I can't see any other person. That means all our questions have been answered, right? Woo! Davey, can we have the vote of thanks now?
Hey.
Can we have the vote of thanks? Yeah.
Thank you everyone for coming to our meetups. I think we have gathered a lot of information, and that comes from me and Ewade, just sharing knowledge. You can also check all the complete information in Local Guides Connect and also read the information by yourself. But in here we discuss so we can learn each other and study each other, and also we celebrate our birthday of Connect by adding more values to our us as the local guys. Thank you everyone.
Thank you very much everyone for coming. We really appreciate you. So we are going to we are going to end the recording now while we just continue to chat if you want to stay. Okay?